The gentleman from Missouri, Mr. Burlison, is recognized. And
Thank
I want
you.
to thank him for sticking out through this entire hearing.
I'm the cleanup hitter.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Appreciate the work that you do for the citizens of the United States. I would be remiss if I did not convey, and it's not anyone's particular fault, but the frustration that our constituents have when they call, whether it's they're canceling their family vacation or someone is not getting their information timely from as a veteran, or people can't get into the Social Security office. I mean, our offices are fielding those calls, and so we appreciate the work that you do to work with our office staff. And so I kind of want to go this route of questions. I come from the private sector, worked in IT. We had tickets. Whenever you have somebody call in, we had software that managed those tickets. Because of that, we were able to look at particular employee data, look at a department, be able to identify ticket turnaround time, how that compares, how that is normative compared to other departments. We're able to identify employees that were exceptional, and then we would send out surveys, and then you would be able to determine not only is an employee fast, but people are happy. People like talking to that employee. They're very pleasant to deal with. So I'm asking this question because I want to know, is your agency going about the process of doing the same thing, collecting information about the productivity of your staff? And we can start with honorable bidder and then move on.
Thank you. Absolutely, we have a very productive staff. The challenges that we are experiencing, frankly, not unlike, we're coming out of a pandemic that has challenged sectors across the United States. Where our challenges are is we have not enough employees right now to handle what is record-setting, unprecedented.
Do you have a system in place where you're able to keep track of the volume that they're taking on, the tickets, their turnaround time, the satisfaction scores? So you are keeping that?
We keep that for the agency and also for our call center and for all parts of our organization.
Do you use that data for individuals on their annual report? Is there any kind of merit pay based on their success or satisfaction?
I don't know the answer to that, actually. It is certainly part of the performance review of people. I don't know specifically how the data is used.
Because coming from the private sector, that's what we do. Your performance, a portion of your merit performance or pay increase is dependent upon data, as opposed to, whether or not people at work like you or your manager likes you. So
Understood.
So something to consider. Same questions, Mr. Levins.
Thank you for your question. Yes, we are a very numbers-driven organization, and we have a pretty sophisticated production system, so every transaction does get assigned a number to it. All of our employees have performance plans. Most of the jobs lend themselves to quantitative production and qualitative standards as well, and that's how they're evaluated. And there's also incentive programs based on your productivity achievements. And then
That's good. So you do have incentive programs.
yes.
That's great. And go ahead. I stopped you. Okay, let's move up. Mr. Poist, same question.
Sure, yeah, I think your original question was about surveys, so I do appreciate the question. So we do extensively survey some of our employees. We do a federal employee viewpoint survey each year.
So you're asking the employees if they're satisfied. I'm asking if the people that you serve, the taxpayers, if you're surveying them.
Yes.
Okay.
So we also survey our customers pretty extensively as well. So we have an always-on online survey. So any member of the public can go online at any time they choose and fill out a survey.
And then are you using any kind of merit pay or performance pay?
I'd have to get back to you on whether we use that in performance management.
Okay, I would encourage you to do that. My next question, I've got little time, has to do with how do we improve? So, Mrs. Bitter, how do we digitize or streamline and improve the process of getting a passport, renewing a passport? And then I was asked Mr. Levins, same thing. How do we streamline the ability for someone, a veteran, to just they should be able to log in and just download all the documents that belong to them? Go ahead.
Thank you for the question. We piloted earlier this year our online passport renewal system. 565,000 Americans renewed their passport online. 12,000 filled out a survey saying that they were very satisfied. It was a pilot where we're consolidating the lessons that we learned before we roll it out before the end of the year, and 5 million Americans should be able to take advantage of it.
Thank you.
As I testified earlier, the majority of the holdings in our facility are analog or paper records. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, the military departments began setting up electronic personnel systems, but on a point-forward basis. They didn't go back and digitize all the paper that's, going back to the Spanish-American War in our building. However, and that's why we struggled during the pandemic, because we didn't have access to electronic records. However, the VA is aggressively digitizing at a rate faster than I've ever seen in my lifetime. They're digitizing more and more electronic records. We've built technology to enable our production system to be accessed outside of the office in case there's another event like this, or even more common weather emergencies. People can now be productive remotely by accessing those electronic records, and we've developed functionality to send them to veterans in a secure manner as well.
Thank you.